to Quick Review Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. It's a day. And it's where we pick a movie that we haven't seen and we do a quick review, something quick and dirty, like 15, 20 minutes, and we just kind of chat about it. And this time, we're doing a movie from Germany called Bearkittens that I found on Tubi. And there you go. It's weird. It's like a little, it's not really a horror movie per se. It's more like a black comedy.
It's not a horror movie at all.
Not really, no. But basically what happens is you've got this idealistic young counselor person, somebody who's got like her life all planned out about what she wants to have done, but nothing has actually happened. And she loves to be in the woods, and she loves to do hiking, and she loves to play guitar, and it's very, very sweet and nice. And she is latched on with this handful of rotten juvenile delinquent girls. They're terrible. They're just mean and terrible and awful. But as the story progresses, you sort of get into why each of the girls has their own individual reason for why they are. And they kind of sort of accidentally poison her or kill her, and sort of the fallout for that.
Did you watch all the way to the end?
I did.
So, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
She really didn't die, but I don't know. They don't have her hand coming out of the grave.
No, they throw dirt on her face, though.
I know, but she, it said that it mimics death.
And
they buried her alive, so
yeah, they buried her.
Maybe she would be trying to get out and, stuck there.
And they're asking them questions at the end, and they're trying to blame Max, the poor guy, the one guy who shows up.
I'm sorry, but that dude was creepy as fuck, man. I don't know. I wouldn't blame him because that's kind of messed up.
But all the characters, other tan Petra, who's the girl, the counselor girl, they're all kind of cracked in their own weird ways.
Well, there's maybe one girl, I don't know, maybe the model girl that's a little on the normal side.
I guess she's just dumb.
Well, dumb enough to fall for that. The
happy
fact that
pills.
Her father was the happy pills, and the fact that that girl's father was a big, I don't know what he was.
Like God, that one was so mean. What a mean person.
The blonde girl, and she was the cutest to me. I was like, wow, and then I was like, wow, she's the meanest.
It's
she's
funny.
Nasty.
The one I liked the best. Well, there's two. The one girl, I guess she was a lesbian, but she was the one who's a little nuts, and she wanted to dress up as an ape to have fun with her girlfriend, and her girlfriend freaked out.
A lot of random lesbianism.
There was, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm the kind of person that would dress up in an animal uniform just to do something weird, just to freak out a lover, just because it would be fun.
It wasn't a lover. I think that girl was straight, wasn't she? And then the other girl...
I don't think so.
I think that was her girlfriend.
Yeah, it was her girlfriend, yeah.
That's what I definitely got the impression, because she kept saying, I want to try something different.
Right. Nobody expects that kind of different. But so I liked her, and then I liked the ADHD girl who... was obsessed over all the different things, and she confesses that she liked the bubbles when she put her brother's head under the water, and then accidentally killed him. Oops.
Accidentally?
I think so. I think she...
she said something about, after that I bathed alone.
Yes.
I was just like, what the fuck? The mean girl we didn't like, she also, scared off her... dad's girlfriend or whatever by saying, "Oh, you're my new mommy," and all this other shit, and
she didn't look that much older than her either.
I know. Well, I mean that happens apparently, and porn. That's when that happens. That doesn't happen in normal real life, I don't think.
Well,
it sure does.
It does.
Yeah, if you get a trophy wife, they tend to be young.
Yeah.
So, what was your thoughts, Jen?
I did not care for it, but it's not a type of movie that I would normally choose to watch. It's not a style that I enjoy of them walking, because there was a lot of walking and talking.
Right.
And, I mean, all the girls' backstories and just this chit-chat I found very annoying. And it was very weird, but I don't know if it's the movie or the fact that it was a German movie. It was the style, but it was I found it kind of boring.
Did you notice they used a lot of the what is it? A lot of like product placement names and stuff. You know, like they would say, you know, I got Spotify and things like that. And in America, you can't really do that unless you were, you know, if you're being sponsored by them or something.
I don't know that if it's product placement in the same way that we think of it. I think it's just because all the words are in German except those words that are English, and so they stand out like a sore thumb when you say blah, 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 Spotify, blah, 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 because that's an instantly recognized word since it's in English.
No.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought it was interesting. The girls were just funny to me. They just cracked me up.
Yeah. I don't know. There's only a couple scenes that made me laugh. The rest, I was just like, why are we following these people? Like, I just got bored, you know? Like, Jackie and I were watching it together. We invited Paul, but Paul fell asleep.
I did.
And he wasn't able to join us in time.
Oh, so you didn't fall asleep during the movie?
No.
I fell asleep.
Okay, I was like, that's bad.
Well, remember, I warned everybody. I'm like, Friday, I'm going to go home and sleep because I was just tired.
Yeah.
It was a long week.
But, so I messaged him, and he wasn't, you know, he didn't get back to me till later, so we had already started and everything, and he had seen it, so it was okay, but I was like, and you wanted to watch it again?
Yeah.
That was my response to him, and he was like, I love
think
this
it's
movie.
Cute, yeah.
I don't know, it's not my thing, but...
And poor
But
Petra.
it's funny, because I just showed you both Chance, and you both sort of, you weren't all that into it. And everything, so I mean, and you were like telling her that, oh man, just wait till you see Bearkittens, you're gonna love this one.
It's so much better.
It's so much better, and I don't know which one's better. Chance or probably Bearkittens would probably be cuter to you, you know.
Neither one of them. They're on the same line, just for different reasons.
Which is funny because Paul and I have a different comedy thing, you know, like.
Well, I also felt like this one could have been better. To me, it dragged, like you were saying, and boring. It dragged, and all this, what I thought was inane conversation, just bored me. But I did find it very sad at the end when they're burying Petra, and you go through that audio thing that she did. She's excited about her life, and it shows her walking and happy. And that was, like, you didn't get much time with her, you know, to see how everyone just shits on her.
Even in the very beginning, the woman who hires her is just like, you know, are you sure this is the job for you? Because here's why. And she tells her that story about her daughter, and I was like, good Lord.
Yes, the fat ballerina. That was...
So everybody is kind of a jerk except for poor Petra, and poor Petra gets it in the end.
I think that was the part that really, like, started making me go, I don't know if I'm going to like this movie. Like, when the woman's talking to her about this stuff, I was like... I don't know if that's just the German humor or whatnot, but I just, wasn't that into it. All in all, I think it was an okay movie. Like, is it something I'll rush out to watch again? No, but...
But if it was in the dollar store, would you get it?
Probably, but just to own it.
Yeah.
But I'm like one of those people that I'm like completist. I like to own everything I can.
Hear you.
So, you know...
But that's our levels, dollar store.
I thought it was shot well. I thought it was acted very well.
See,
all the production stuff was good.
That's what we talked about, because we were talking about, like, you know, the stinkometer that we're going to be sharing our theories on. And I was like, this movie isn't stinky, you know, at all. This movie isn't that bad. It's just, it isn't...
The style is the problem.
It's the comedy. Yeah. It's like drags, you know, and stuff like that. And it's just, after a while, it's not funny at all. There's just people talking, and
its
more
humor
drama.
Its humor is more subtle and wordplay. And you're right. They probably could have mixed in a little bit more physical comedy, something a little quicker. You know, but again, you know, this is a German movie, probably made for more European audiences, not necessarily made for American audiences, where everybody's got ADHD and everything's got to have explosions and action all the time. So, you know,
I will say my favorite character was Max, even though he was creepy.
Max was creepy.
He was funny because, like, he's just out there camping, and the girl finds him, and he's trying to fucking pee in peace, you know, and the girl starts peeing.
Right, she's like, well,
like,
can't be a joint.
Oh, yeah.
So that movie was just so weird. If you haven't seen it, then we spoiled a bunch of shit.
So,
but
Jen, what is it like as a female being in a clutch of females, all of them kind of like very dissimilar, but all trying to sort of be themselves and clashing over things. Like the guitar part, I thought that was funny. Petra brings out the guitar, thinking that that's going to be something to bind everyone together, and of course it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she tries to do goes horribly wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't work. And then what is it? That one girl can't sing at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the two girls fighting over the lesbian was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So. I don't think Jackie understood what was going on at first, and then so like she looks over and she was like, because we're doing it through Zoom, and she looks over and she goes, "Wait, what? Like, what are they doing? Why are they doing this?" And I was like, because they're obviously trying to see who the lesbian likes, you know, or better or whatever,
right.
even though they're not lesbians. You know, they're just trying, you know, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, but most people don't do that, like that I know of, don't go to that extent, or, you know, especially guys would never, you know, do that. To another guy? I don't
Probably
think so.
not to another guy,
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm
in
saying.
front of a woman.
Yeah, no, in front of a woman, yes.
I like, though, sometimes they would juxtapose some scenes for kind of some of the humor, like the one part where the ADHD obsessive compulsive girl,
freaky.
She was freaky, but I liked her. But she kind of goes to this whole thing where she's trying to connect with the short, angry chick. And the short, angry chick kind of is like, not everybody's like you. We don't just go play polo or play oboes. I live in the streets and everything's a struggle and blah, 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 blah. And then the very next thing, you see her background. And she has the exact same background. It's just that she's running away from it. So she does understand it. She just doesn't tell her that.
Yeah. Well, her dad coming up and saying, you know, we want you home, and or whatever, and she's just like, leave me alone. I'm in the streets. You know, like, what the hell is going on here? I'm like, that's when you call the cops. You say, hey, I know where my daughter is. Bring her back. You know, or whatever she is.
There was one little point that I was a little miffed about, and that's when, you know, the mean girl, the mean blonde that you liked. You know, she videotapes everyone, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna send this movie out if you guys don't pay such and such amount of money," which is ridiculous because they're teenage girls, they're not gonna have that money.
Yeah.
And so the obsessive compulsive girl whacks her over the head with a shovel and destroys her phone. Then the next scene, they're all together trying to dispose of the body, and I'm thinking, Mean Girl would not have put up with that shit. There would have been a fight. There would have been something going on. I don't think she would have just hopped right in with the rest of the group.
No, but she may have been scared into it because no one else stands up to her. She just is like cruel. She's just downright cruel to the model girl.
I know, they could have been
just being mean, and just could be the shock of like, you actually hit me? Just don't know what to do, sort of thing.
And I can see that, but there probably should have been a small scene showing that instead of us sort of filling in that gap.
Well, you're right, just going into that.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't have been that jump, but there could have been also the threat that she would be the one, you know, being blamed
because
for everything.
They start acting like a team afterwards. Remember, they go to dispose of the body, and they run into Max out there, and they're trying to shoo him away, and they're all like trying to cover the body with their legs, and they're all moving in unison to sort of screen him, and he's like, okay.
And then he says, you know, stuff about PMS or something.
Yes.
And I was just like, what the fuck, Max, you're, you know, I don't know. He's an interesting character.
And that's kind of what I was getting at with my questions. Like, you know, before, all these girls are just like, I don't know, they're just like, it's like a cat fight. And then all of a sudden, now they're all working in unison, I guess, because of a common cause. And I was just wondering if that was something you had ever experienced with
It can be.
girls.
Usually they break into groups, though. You have different factions. Just people who mesh better together, you know. Sometimes everybody will come together, but a lot of times, like during downtime, you'll find your little group that you get along with better, that you know.
Have you ever been in a group of girls where you had such a striking and weird collection of extreme characters?
Not voluntarily. No, and this, I wouldn't be around any of those. I'd be like, I'm out.
Well, what if you had been in Petra's plays? What would you have done?
That's why I don't teach school anymore. That's why I didn't follow through with my teaching.
Well, remember, these aren't students. These
I
are
know.
people who have to do community service.
Well, and they're what, between 17 and 23, I think.
Yeah, it's 23.
Young
was
offenders, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have to go up and pick up trash in the woods for a couple of days or something.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, the forest, but I was like, I guess there is a lot of trash in the forest. That would make sense.
It's a popular camping area.
Yeah.
Well, certainly
But it
Max
just
likes to
seems-
go there.
He likes to go there just to get away, I guess. I don't know.
And he just gets up and leaves when
Yep.
they have that bother. He's like, okay. Why don't they go somewhere else? I don't get the point of making him move. That's what annoyed me about that scene.
You
they
could be
carry it up
anywhere in
and
the
be like-
forest.
It'd be like, oh, you're here. You leave. No, you're...
Because they're terrible people.
It's
They're
female
the worst.
entitlement.
They were the worst characters, period. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
pretty much all of them.
Yeah. I mean,
Petra was the one super nice one, and she's the one who gets it in dirt in the face. Although you
Yeah.
do see her eyes move.
Oh, I thought that's because they just threw dirt on the actress.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
probably.
I was
Yeah.
feeling sorry for the actress. I was like, oh, they did that to you.
Aw. But, you know, I don't know. I thought it was cute overall, but I could see how the style of the film might not appeal to anyone else.
That's part of my trouble is I don't know if I don't like it because it's a German style of movie. Because I haven't seen many German movies, but they do tend to talk a lot more. So I don't know if it's because it's German or because I don't like the
Or
movie.
because
a bad movie.
it's kind of a black comedy, and that is a bit mean-spirited. Some people don't like that. Although this is more of a black light comedy. It's not. It doesn't really get nasty and vicious and horrible as I've seen in other black comedies.
I mean, it's vicious enough, I think. Like, I think if it would be more vicious, I would have not enjoyed it at all. You
Right,
know?
right.
Like, I enjoyed seeing it, you know, or whatever. Like, I'm glad I saw it, you know, but it's not, like I said, it's not something I'm running to see.
There are certain scenes that I wondered how far they were going to go. I mean, like with she was dressed up as the ape or whatever she was. I wondered about that.
It's like a purple ape too, wasn't
Right,
it?
Yeah.
right. The part where the model goes to the guy with all the extreme, crazy like body stuff. I worried about how far that was going to go, and then it ended up that she freaked him out, which I thought was funny. And then the one lesbian love scene that it's very minor, very short, where the one girl is then with the angry dark haired girl. Oh my God, she was always pissed off and angry, and she's finally getting what she wants, which is the attention from her. And then it turns out she doesn't really want it, and she starts crying. And I thought, oh Lord, that's not where I expected that to go.
I didn't like that scene.
And then you flash back to her background, and it was her mom having cancer, and she was just like, well, what do you want? Sympathy? Fuck you. And I was like, wow, she's okay. She's just a jerk. She's just a mean jerk.
Yeah.
That's her character background.
There's a lot of that kind of different character background. Like, you can see each person has an individual personality, but in the end of the day, like, if it's sort of boring, then it doesn't matter, you know?
It's the funny thing is, I look at each one of these little cracked females and you think, God, if we could just take one on the side, you could probably fix one-on-one. But to have 8 of them all together at the same time, Petra didn't have a chance.
Nope.
I don't think any of us would.
Nope.
Well, I guess it's about that time.
For the rating? Yeah.
All right.
So, Paul, it's your go. I'm gonna say you go first. I'm
gonna give it a relatively low rating. I'm gonna go with a 3.5. I thought it was pretty darn good overall. It has a few weaknesses, but overall I liked it a lot. I thought it was cute.
And what do you say, Jen?
I think I'll stick with probably. Now I'm trying to remember my steakometer levels here. Remind me again. Low is.
So
Low is really good.
like really
5
good.
is in between.
That's
10 is Neil
what-
Breen.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check my numbers here. Yeah, so I would say a 4.
Okay.
You know, fairly high, like you were saying, the production and the acting and all of that was pretty good. I thought the story was boring, but again, I don't know why. Either it's a boring story or it's German, so it's hard to judge on that, you know.
Okay.
And I couldn't really tell because of the acting and everything if it was acted well or not, because it was, you know, because I don't understand, you know, like it was acted well, but I couldn't tell if it was acted, you know, like better or whatever. I don't know.
Well, when you don't understand a language, line delivery is kind of difficult to judge.
So, I was gonna give it because I was thinking between 4 and 5, so I'm gonna go 4.5.
Okay.
So, it's funny you went 3.5, she went 4, and I went 4.5.
Okay.
So it's a thing there, but no, that's actually kind of perfect. I think it's not a stinky movie at all, but it's not a great movie. Like,
but it is an indie movie.
It's an indie. It's definitely an indie movie. You can tell that these people put their blood, sweat, and tears into it.
I would be very curious to see what these guys do later. This director has apparently done another film, an earlier film. This is his second film, I believe. So we'll have to see. Maybe they'll do some more.
I was kind of disappointed when I found out there was no bear, no kittens. So
I was trying to figure out where the name came from. I figured it was German. It was a weird German word.
Yeah, I think it's probably a local expression, and it probably has something to do with the fact that these girls seem cuddly and cute on the outside, but are really growly and awful on the inside. So there's probably I didn't get a chance to really do any
research on it.
That. But that's probably where that comes along.
Disappointed in
you.
I know. Like,
where's your list of research?
I know.
I know. Just you know, I'm not a bear kitten, I guess.
Well, thank you guys so much for checking this out. Join us in 2 more weeks where it'll be my episode.
And if you're interested and you want to check it out, it is on Tubi. So there you go.
It's on Tubi. Go watch it.
Thanks again.
Bye. And it's your show, so you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think it's on IMDb TV as well.
Oh, okay.
Because I just